How long were you married?
11 years.
You were divorced, you separated your property.
A wife walks away with a valuable asset.
One of the pieces of property that you had was an insurance policy.
Now she plans to make her ex pay.
In order to sell the policy, he requires your signature. And you say to him, you want my signature? It's going to cost you.
I said, just make me an offer.
And what did he say?
Judge Judy.
Let me see if I can briefly outline so that we're all on the same page what this is about. Mr. Kempton, you and the defendant were married for quite some time, but divorced, I believe, in 2012.
That's correct.
And when you were divorced, you were represented by an attorney?
No.
Were you represented by an
No.
attorney? So the two of you worked out an agreement. And as part of that agreement, you settled all property issues.
We did.
Yes, right. Yes.
So far, perfect. One of the pieces of property that you had, that you paid for jointly as a married couple, was an insurance policy, a life insurance policy on Mr. Kempton's life.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you were to be the recipient of half of that policy if something happened to him. And the other half of the policy was to be split between his 5 children that are not your children,
Correct.
that are his children, and his former wife.
Right.
At the divorce, it was decided between the two of you that you would get the policy.
Yes.
And you would get the policy along with paying the premiums solely.
Correct.
Which you then did from 2012, I don't know what month in 2012 you'll tell me, until 2015.
That's right.
In 2015, you decided that you would not pay the premiums anymore on that policy.
Correct.
And you called your former husband and said, I'm not paying the premiums on this policy anymore.
She couldn't afford to, she told me.
Whatever, she couldn't afford to. She wasn't. She wasn't going to pay the
That's right.
premiums on the policy anymore. Now, Mrs. Kempton, you understand that if you stop paying the premiums on the policy lapses.
Terminates, yes.
Terminates. That's pretty much what you want. So whatever you had invested between 2012 and 2015 was gone.
Plus what we had put into it before that together. Yes.
Yes, well, he lost that too.
True.
Right?
Yes.
So all you really lost on your own was between 2012 and 2015, because anything that you put in as a couple before, he would have lost the same thing.
True.
So he said, well, give me the policy and I'll take care of it. So right now, it's like trash. You throw it out, and one man's trash is another man's treasure. So you got rid of it. You had no more interest in it other than, I assume, your name was still on it as a beneficiary.
No.
Just a minute. So
Okay.
when you turned it over to your uncross, when you turned it over to your former husband, he advised you that he was taking your name off the policy as a beneficiary.
Yes.
Do you have any children together, by the way?
No, we do not.
No. How long were you married?
11 years.
Okay, so now he's got the policy, and whether he took your name off the policy, did you, as a beneficiary, when you got it?
Yes, Your Honor.
You did?
When I took the policy over in
Yes, in
2015? That's correct, Your Honor.
You took her name off as a
Yes.
beneficiary. Perfectly reasonable. You have 5 children. They should be the beneficiaries of your life insurance policy.
Yes.
If you're paying for it.
Yes.
So that's perfectly reasonable. Then you decided, for whatever reason, to sell the policy.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you held the policy from 2015 to what year?
Till I sold the policy in about November of 18,
Okay.
approximately.
So you each paid independently for 3 years. She from 2012 to 15, you from 15 to 18.
Incorrect, Your Honor. From 2012 to 2015, the premiums were paid out of a joint banking account in both of our names.
No.
But we were separated at that time, though.
Just a minute, you were divorced in 2012.
I'm sorry, we were separated in 2012.
We were divorced in 2012.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. We were separated in 2009.
I don't care about 2009.
Okay.
I don't care. What is relevant in the court is 2015.